We are live. So we took a break for the weekend. Now I just want to make sure that the chat overlay is visible before we start this stream. But this week, we're going to see how many days it takes, obviously, to make happen. But I'm going to break down the more dollars than followers infrastructure that I have. So I've sold this in the past in a course, in a service. I've sold the more dollars than followers infrastructure. Now I'm going to start streaming it. I'm going to explain it myself on stream. I'm going to break it down and I'll give it out for free, right? Obviously Twitch is free, and then we'll clip it out organically on social media too. So we'll give out the framework for free. So there's a couple people that wanted to tap into this stream. So I'm just going to send them over a text now to get them in here. Perfect. We got stream elements going, displaying the chat. Obviously they send that message when the stream just starts. So we know that the chat is working. That's perfect. So we're going to get that off screen before people start joining in here. There are a couple questions I have lined up as well that people have asked me. They're going to join the stream and then I'm going to answer them live, obviously, so we can document the answers. And really, because I'm sure a lot of other people have the same questions. And the whole idea behind these streams is to answer questions at scale. So I'm not going to start ripping right away until people start piling into here. Perfect. I'll give a general breakdown of the framework we have here and the idea behind it. So this worked for me. This entire framework I've sort of documented in my process, sort of making money online, for lack of a better word. So I've been doing this making money online thing for about, I don't know, I'd say about 5 years now. Indirectly at first and directly now. Right? I didn't realize so much the power of the internet and the power of social media until I began diving deep into it and trying it out, making connections. Now, my whole framework for making money. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Welcome, bro. So this is my more dollars than followers framework. So I was explaining just now that this is sort of my entire process. So when you look at my personal brand, you're very familiar with it, Ryan. You've seen it. This is sort of the brain behind it and the concept behind it. So that's one entity, the personal brand. I use it to collect attention, but there's so much more behind it. So obviously I have my Odukana Man account, which is my main page. It's always been sort of my main page that I funneled all the attention to. It's also my personal page. This is an older screenshot when I had created this framework and I was really selling it heavily. You can see I had a different bio too with a different link. But I've kept this Odukana Club concept very similar. But this is my personal brand, and this more dollars than followers framework here is the sort of brain behind it. And one thing I'm noticing is I'm seeing sort of a little too much on this stream. So we're going to get rid of that. Otherwise all the clips are going to look the same. So Rayan, before I get started explaining this whole framework and everything behind it, let's break down the questions you had for me. So you had asked me a couple things, and I'm going to read them out here, and then I'm going to answer them too, because I do have an answer for you. So you were asking about the clipping pages. So I'm assuming that you're interested in clipping these streams, and it makes sense, right? Because you're watching them anyways, so you may as well pull content out and monetize it yourself. It's one of the ways, even in the more dollars than followers framework. So the idea behind the clipping page, my Odukana Man Biz account, so the account that you messaged me on, the account that you actually saw, and that's how we started the conversation, Odukana Man Biz. So I used to have it titled Systems by Odukana. That's what the account used to be called. And now I changed it to Odukana Man's Biz because my idea behind that account is I'm going to use it as an example for clippers. So I'll show you right now. I'm actually going to DM you from the page. That's probably the best way to do this, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I just texted you, hey, on the page. So that's the page that you're going to copy, right? I'm going to refine the content folder a little bit more. So I have a Google Drive folder of all the content. The idea is that you're just going to copy the content on that page. You're just going to create another page exactly the same. So instead of calling it Odukana Man's Biz, you're going to call it, I don't know, something else, right? It looks like my camera just froze, so we're going to have to figure that out. Okay, before I continue, allow me to figure out my camera here. And I don't have a will be right back edit to put over screen either. So we're just going to look at this for now. Ryan, I'm going to continue responding to you. Just let me sort out this video capture. It looks like it froze. And we're back. Okay, so I got to figure out how to do that properly because obviously my camera can't be freezing midstream. That's not going to work and it's going to interrupt me. So back to the point that I was making. Odukana Man's Biz. So you had just responded to the DM. Yes, you understand what I'm talking about. So this account that I just DM'd you on, I'll put it in the chat too because people can copy it as they're watching. Okay, so just copy this ad that I'm texting in the chat right now on stream. You're going to see it pop up on screen as well. Copy that ad, look it up on Instagram. Last stream, I broke down my concept of clipping my content and getting paid for it. So this Odukana Man's Biz account, the idea is you're just going to replicate the account completely. Okay, copy it exactly the same. Obviously, you can't name it Odukana Man's Biz, but like you want to rip Odukana Man's Biz 2 Z's, I'm not going to hold it against you. You don't spell Odukana too differently. Try to keep it in alignment with the brand, but obviously copy the account as much as you can. Okay, that's the concept. I want you to copy the account, Odukana Man's Biz, post the same content but repurposed, obviously, right? So content that's mine, that I've created, same videos, just like different captions. So you'll notice I kept the content extremely clippable on the page. Okay, so on Odukana Man's Biz, all the content, it looks like a clipper's running it anyways. I did that on purpose. Okay, so when I first started the page, it was Systems by Odukana. I was posting videos like my camera like this, talking to the camera, right? So those videos, those are good, but they're recorded, right? So it's difficult to clip. You can only post it once. You can't recreate the video more than once, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, right? But you're watching my stream anyways. This stream's horizontal. So you'll notice on my Odukana Man's Biz page, I have a bunch of content that's horizontal, right? So I'm going to continue refining the Discord community and everything. So that way we can make sure we're really setting proper standards with the content we're posting, because I don't want it to be a free-for-all where everyone's just posting my content and there's no uniformity in the brand. So I'm going to do this properly, but the main idea is that Odukana Man's Biz page, that's the page that you're going to copy. So are you with me, Ryan? I hope that answers your question. Let me know in the chat if you got all that or if there's something else that you want me to break down here. I'll see it pop up on screen and respond in case I miss over text. But now I want to break down this more dollars than followers framework. Exactly. So the Odukana Man's Biz account, you're just going to copy that account. You're going to create another version of that account. Here, let me break down one more thing. I'll show you live. So on the page, I'm sure it's not going to be detailed, but you see the framing of the post, right? So if you go on Odukana Man's Biz, you'll recognize this style post, right? In comparison, there's this style post, right? So this style post is like me getting my camera, recording the video while I'm driving to somewhere. That's difficult to clip. This style post is literally a clip from my stream. So you're going to take the stream that you're watching right now, you're going to cut it, 30 seconds, you're going to post it on the same account, Odukana Man's Biz, but you're running it. So this video in particular got 490 views. Now we're working together pretty much one-on-one, right? But the idea is you'll get paid for the videos over 1,000 views. So every video that goes over 1,000 views, so this video, for example, this is a clip from my stream as well. I was full screen and then you see I brought it down with a caption on top. Okay, this video got 2,758 views, so that's $2.50. You post 3 of them a day, right? One of the accounts blows up and you're good. And now, Ryan, we're going to work one-on-one as well, and I'll show you what link to put in the bio, because the idea is that the views you're generating from the account need to be funneled to something, right? So we want to send them towards an initiative or an incentive, right, that we'll be able to monetize. Otherwise, if these clips are just getting me views and I'm not bringing in any other cash flow from it, I'm not going to be able to afford to scale it with you, right? I'll run out of money eventually. So we need to make sure we're funneling the views that you are getting to a proper place that actually converts. And we got to see, I want to determine if I want to funnel the Clipper views towards the stream, or if I want to funnel the Clipper views towards the business in a box, booking calls with myself or someone from my team. Let's start breaking down this more dollars than followers. I can't stream for too long today because I do have to go see a client, and then I want to do a bunch of clipping work, and I have to get my clipping pages for my content running again because I took a couple of days off to really refine all my clips. So I've even made a Google Drive folder of all my personal clips as well, which I'll probably give out as we continue speedballing this stream. But besides the point, the more dollars than followers framework. Let's break this down. I'm going to move myself over, make it a little bit bigger here. So this framework, and I want to leave the titles exposed as well. So this framework is a 3-step process, okay? As far as I'm concerned, this is the only 3-step process that's sort of position of being the best in the online space, okay? And the reason I've worded it like that is because everyone has their own process. Everyone has their own systems. There's so many different processes and systems that people have implemented and used. And there's a lot that get copied. Right, so the idea with clipping from this stream to begin with is copied from Andrew Tate and his whole strategy with clippers and reposting and theme pages and stuff, right? He sort of desensitized the market to that idea, right? So this framework is a 3-step process that I personally used. So I'm sure other people use different ones, and I'm sure there's steps in this process that don't so much work anymore, but that's the idea behind the stream. So about a year and a half ago, I sold my more dollars than followers community. It was a school community, and it was maybe 50, 60 videos, about 35, 40 hours of video content with explanations and everything, in addition to the SBO software, similar to the business in a box, right? And this framework was the main teaching point. So every video was around this framework, this more dollars than followers framework, okay? You see it with the public perception of my brand. You see it, right? So you can see it with the Odukonaman's biz. You can see the sort of remnants of this process in my business model. Okay, so now my idea with this stream is over the next maybe 5-6 days, I'm gonna break down this process very specifically. Okay, I'm sure that if you are watching this either now on stream or in the future, right? Maybe you're watching it on a clip on TikTok or something. One of these things is going to resonate with you. One of these things is going to click. This is information that I'm giving out for free, mind you, right? That I've sold in the past, right? So even if you take this information specifically, this more dollars than followers framework, you take it specifically and you copy it. You implement it for yourself or you teach it to others. Maybe you run a similar business model and a similar brand to me. Right? Maybe you have a personal brand on social media or you have something going on. You sell marketing or you know how to do marketing or your skill set's very similar to mine. You can take this framework, screenshot the page, rebuild it yourself, and sell it. Teach other people how to do it. I'm giving it out for free, but there's only 3 viewers in this stream. So there's billions of other people that could use this and that would probably pay for this information. So take it, repurpose it, sell it yourself. I'm going to break down the 3 steps now. So these are the 3 steps of the more dollars than followers framework. And then under 3 steps, there's legs and all these sort of umbrellas and spider webs. Okay. You got the attention flow stage, which is step 1. You got the monetization infrastructure stage, which is step 2. And then you got the sales and fulfillment infrastructure stage, which is step 3. Okay. You can master and implement all 3 of these steps. You'll make money online. And you'll see over the next 3-4 streams and me breaking down this exactly how I make money using these strategies and these systems. And then you'll be able to take a step back as well and look at my brand and look at my public media and the things I post. And maybe things will click, right? Maybe you'll look at something and be like, oh, I see why he did this. You see why he's doing this. And now in addition to this, because like I said, I made this a year and a half ago, this whole spider web and this whole umbrella. In addition to that, there's stuff that I learned. There's more ways that I monetized, right? Like now I'm running the rental cars and I'm brokering and I'm getting deals with that. And that's a whole other leg on this monetization infrastructure. That's the leverage leg. So now, right, step 1, step 2, step 3, after sales and fulfillment infrastructure comes leverage. And that's what I've been implementing since making this framework. So what I'm going to do is over the next couple days, I'm going to stream and I'm going to break down this framework like by step. Okay? After I'm done breaking down the framework step by step, I'm going to add everything that I've done since creating the framework, and I'm going to break that down. So I'm going to create the leverage leg, right? And then I'm going to extend fulfillment because there's massive additions I made to that process, okay? Then I'm going to wait for us to have some more viewers to show the Stripe results of this whole process. But the idea is that, like, let's see if I can zoom here. The idea is that this process works. So this is an older screenshot, right? But this is a combination of marketing agency, digital products, services online, mentorship, the entire more dollars than followers framework, right? So the whole process really does work. Let me move that out of the way. And you can process massive amounts of payments on a daily basis using this strategy, right? Like all these payments are in exchange for one of these things above, right? We can go through this list above, and one of these things, those payments are in exchange for. So there's nothing you stop you as long as you see something that you align with, because there are some things on this page, to be honest, I can see it right now that I no longer align with, right? And as a human being, going through the initial stages of their life, you're not going to know how to do everything. If anything, you're going to know how to do nothing. So you have to touch the flame first and then realize, okay, maybe it's not a good idea for me to touch this flame. You don't know about yourself. You learn about yourself as you progress through life. Right? So there are a lot of things on this infrastructure that I no longer align with anymore. Okay? I simply don't align with and I don't do anymore, and I've added other things to replace them, like the rental cars. Okay, let's break down the attention flow. This is where the monetization infrastructure, the more dollars than followers framework starts. Okay, so the attention flow, let me move this over. The attention flow is essential for selling online. I don't know why people argue this. Okay, there's no contest. If you do not have an attention flow, you are not selling online. The only way that you make money online is if you develop an attention flow. It could be a very short-term attention flow, like a span of an hour and a half. You bring in one customer and sell to them, but you need an attention flow. That's the only way you make money. And I don't know why no one's taught that. Like teaching everything else, sales, monetization, digital products, drop shipping, like everything, there's one thing that's the same amongst every single business model you see online, and that's the attention flow, okay? It's amazing. You can teach me how to find the best product in the history of the world that everyone needs, but if you don't teach me how to develop the attention flow for that product, then it's not going to work. Okay, of the time, paid ads is the answer, right? So the drop shipping guys and like on social media really that you buy a course or a program from, they're going to tell you to solve the problem of no attention flow, in not so many words. They're going to say spend money on ads. Exactly, right? So businesses fail because of lack of traffic and leads. The traffic and the leads is the attention flow. The reason they lack traffic and leads is because they lack the attention flow. Even my business in a box. Right? So you have my Systems by Odukana, my SBO software. You can make everyone websites, funnels, like whatever you want, right? Email marketing. You can send unlimited emails, unlimited text messages, beautiful website. But if you have no traffic coming to your website, if you have no attention flow looking at your brand, who's going to buy your beautiful product and your beautiful website? Right? So step one, what I start with 100% of the time is building the attention flow. Okay, a lot of the times you don't even need a product to sell yet, right? When I started, for example, building an attention flow, I didn't have a product to sell yet. I had a motorcycle that I just built that costed me money, and I started posting pictures of it. And then once the attention flow started, wave came onto the bike, then I realized that I see this now, that this is an attention flow, right? Remember what I said in one of my previous streams as well. The idea of making money is twisted. People don't have the right idea of making money because everyone thinks of it, you're making the money, right? And it bothers me so much. Even just hearing people say making money or I make money or I'm trying to make money. And people say that to me all the time. I'm trying to make money. But it's like you don't make money. You don't make it. You literally don't make money. You can't make money. Maybe it's because I'm logical or rational or whatever. But if you can sit me down on a chair in front of you and you can show me how you make money, I'll believe you. You don't make money. You take money. That's my point. You take money or you exchange money in return for something else. You don't make it. The only person that makes money is the Federal Reserve, the Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint. That's who makes money. You don't make money. So when you turn to me and say, teach me how to make money, I can't because I don't make money. I take money. I can teach you how to exchange money with other people. I can teach you how to turn $100 into $1,000 by adding your value to the $100 and exchanging it with someone for 1,000. I can show you how to make money appear, but I can't show you how to make money, right? So the attention flow, people don't even think about that because everyone's caught up on how do I make money, right? If you're thinking about how do you literally make money, you're trying to create it. It's not your job to create it, right? How do I put this better? Because I feel like I'm not putting it properly, but I understand this fully, right? Everyone takes it upon themselves to create money. So they're thinking about different ways that they're going to create money while they're working their job, because that's the only way that they can take money, right? But they don't realize that in order to make more, they just need to take more. The exact same thing that they're doing with their job, taking money, just rinse and repeat at a greater scale. That's how you take more money. But they're trying to focus on how to make money, how to print it out of thin air. They're trying to create something. They're trying to jump to the monetization infrastructure, but they don't even understand how to take money yet. So you need the attention flow to be able to take money because you need to be able to take money from people. It sounds convoluted, right? It sounds twisted. Take money from people. What do you mean? Right? Change your opinion on money. You're providing them more value. It's not like you're running up to them with a gun to their head and you're saying, give me all your money. That's not how you take people's money. Instead, you walk up to them and say, hey, I noticed that you're struggling with this. Because you're struggling with this, you're not achieving this. Is that something that you want to achieve? I know, right? Something that we all want to achieve, but you're not achieving it because you're struggling with this. So would you agree that if you weren't struggling with this, you would achieve this? Well, I agree as well, right? So if me and you, us together, could stop your struggle, you would agree that you would achieve this. Perfect. Now, these glasses, if you exchange me $1,000 for these glasses, you will 100% solve your problem and achieve what you're looking to do. And because you've solved your problem, you're achieving what you're looking to do, so that these glasses are worth more than the $1,000 you're giving me. But the $1,000 you're giving me is worth more to me than these glasses. So there's an equal exchange of value. I solved your problem, you gave me money in exchange for the glasses. I only paid $100 for these glasses. I sold them to you for $1,000. The reason I'm able to solve your problem with these glasses is because in addition to these glasses, you get my entire course, my entire infrastructure, all my monetization. No, I'm just kidding, right? But you get my point, right? The glasses costed me $100. I sold them to someone for $1,000 because I stacked all this other value on top of the glasses and they solved someone's problem. That's it. That's how you take money from people. You solve someone's problem. It's not convoluted. I would pay for someone to solve my problem. In running my business every day and building the attention flow and creating the monetization infrastructure and implementing the sales and fulfillment infrastructure, I paid hundreds of people who took my money to make this infrastructure possible. Do you understand what I'm saying? They didn't make money, they took it from me, right? And because they did, now I'm able to share all this information with you. I'm able to try it and I'm able to make money in other ways from the information that they gave me or they implemented. So let's talk about building the attention flow again, because I got major sidetracked there. When you're building the attention flow, all you're doing is creating a wave of people that are interested in giving you money in exchange for what you offer. So 95% of the time, Except with this Systems by Odukana push that I've been doing recently, I've built the attention flow before I knew what to sell to it. Let me give you an example. All my Odukana Man pages on Instagram, Odukana JDM, Odukana Two Step, Odukana Man. We got all the car pages that aren't named Odukana. Let me see on my phone right here. We got Honda Shadow 600, which is a public Odukana account. We got Odukana Experiences that used to be a theme page. We got Odukana.io. All these pages, I didn't have anything to sell yet. They all started as me just reposting and repurposing other people's videos and making them go viral, right? Especially within the car community, majority of the content is low, right? Low quality content. It's nothing crazy, right? Or it wasn't at this time, maybe 2-3 years ago. Now you're getting much more car influencers. Back then we had Adam LZ, Jimmy Oaks, if any car people know. Even in the clips, people might recognize, right? Jimmy Oaks. We had Haggard Garage, which is a low-key car group, I guess, car influencers in the US that we used to watch. But my point is, I was just reposting other people's content, making it go viral. And I was building that attention flow. Because now in the future, right, I can take that attention flow and funnel it to whatever I want. So then after I realized, oh, you know what, I have a bunch of people following me. They're interested in cars because I'm posting a bunch of car content. Let me funnel it to my personal brand, right? Because I like cars. I ride motorcycles anyways. I drive cool cars. Funnel all the traffic from the theme pages to my personal brand. And then guess what happened? The attention flow wave went from my theme pages to my personal brand. And then guess what? Once it got to my personal brand, I said, you know what? How else can I monetize this? Let me teach other people how to make money from their cars online. We do that for a little bit. Now, I'm getting a lot of people interested in renting cars. Hey, do you guys rent cars? What makes you think I rent cars? I have a bunch of people drifting, people two-stepping. I have cool cars being showcased with wraps and liveries and vinyls. My pages are visibly, this guy is posting other people's cars and motorcycles on his page, not this guy rents cars. And I was still getting, hey, do you rent cars? So guess what happened? We started renting cars. It's another way that you're able to monetize the attention flow, right? In addition to that, I leveraged it, right? So you have this massive attention flow. You turn to people and say, hey, bro, look, I have this massive attention flow. And bro is selling something. Hey, let me sell that thing to your attention flow, right? Or hey, build that attention flow for me. Social proof. So you want to build that attention flow. The way I've done it, and this is so different than everyone else, but it's the theme pages. I don't think anyone's ever built up a personal brand before they even created the personal brand. So that's the cool part about my Odukana Man page, because Odukana Man existed before I even had the page. That dude that was running all the theme pages on Instagram, whether he was building them or buying them from other people, was Odukana Man. He just didn't have a personal Instagram account named yet. I had hundreds of thousands of followers across multiple pages, across multiple platforms that I purchased. I bought those followers, but not what you think. Those followers were on accounts that I purchased. So someone else put in the legwork to develop the attention flow, and I gave them money in exchange for that value, because that $1,000 I paid them for the page is worth more than the 40,000 followers that they had on the page. To them, right? To me, $40,000 added to the attention flow, or followers, sorry. 40,000 followers added to the attention flow, right? Every time I buy a page, I add another 50,000 followers to the attention flow. And guess where that attention flow is going? Straight to my Odukana Man page. And now there's enough initiatives or incentives. I think it's initiatives. There's enough initiatives on my Odukana Man page to be able to funnel people to the appropriate offers. Again, sounds convoluted. It's not. Everyone who's coming onto my Odukana Man page has problems, needs solutions, just like me. When I go onto other people's Instagram pages, whether I'm looking at it for fun or I'm looking at it for education or whatever I'm looking at their page for, in the back of my head, in my subconscious, my brain knows that I have problems that need to be solved. So if that person, after looking on their page, starts a conversation with me and then says, hey, by the way, side note, do you also struggle with this problem? And it is something that I struggle with. I'm more than happy to talk to him about providing me the solution. right? For example, this water bottle, right? This water bottle needs to be thrown in the garbage. It has been sitting on my desk since this morning when I drank it. It's getting in the way. It's distracting me. It's hindering me. Problem is, for me to throw this water bottle in the garbage, I need to go downstairs. And if I go downstairs, I can't stream. And if I can't stream, I can't build up content. I can't build up momentum. The momentum is the opportunity cost of me going downstairs. If I'm not building momentum, now I'm not streaming today. Now, if I didn't stream today, I'm not streaming tomorrow either. And then I don't stream all week, and now I'm not streaming ever again. And now I never got that clip that I would have gotten that made me go viral and made me $1 billion. So because of this water bottle, I'm not making $1 billion that I should have made. That's a problem. Would you agree? Yeah, I would agree, right? So I'm streaming instead because I want to make that $1 billion. But now the water bottle's staying on my desk, which is annoying to me. So if someone came up to me on Twitch and said, "Hey, Gianmarco, I'm gonna give me $15. Give me $15. I'll fly to your house, throw the water bottle in the garbage for you." I'd probably pay them $15. Unrealistic, I know. Stupid example, I know, right? The idea is this water bottle is posing me a problem. I'm gonna give someone $15 to solve the problem. I'm willing to because it's a problem. The idea is that when you have an attention flow, you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people with problems that you can provide the solution for. Now, building theme pages and buying theme pages. Those are your two offers. Most people create their personal brand. They say they have no followers, they have no Instagram account, they make their account and they say, "You know what? I'm Bossman32. Make their account Bossman32, start posting videos. This is my opinion, everyone should follow my opinion." Now they're starting to post videos, and now they get a crowd of people. Not difficult to do. You have an opinion. All these people align with your opinion. Now they're following you. Now you built an attention flow around your opinion. Great work, right? What I like to do is build an attention flow, right? Funnel that attention flow at an abundance of opinions. Does that make sense? So build an attention flow through the theme pages, funnel that attention to my personal brand, to other people who want to pay me, to their personal brands, to other products who might provide value to my attention. It has nothing to do with me, but everything to do with me at the same time. Right? So the theme pages allow you to operate as the puppet master, the theme pages allow you to operate as the puppet master, as opposed to operating as one of the puppets. Does that make sense? Right? So when you run the theme pages, you run pages that viralize content. You're posting an abundance of content every day, right? What you're doing is, instead of being the guy that everyone laughs at, you're the guy that compiles the content and puts it in one place for everyone to laugh at together. Does that make sense? When the Huck Tua girl went Huck Tua on camera, she made millions of dollars off that by selling her crypto coin or whatever she scammed their people on. So that's good for her. She destroyed her brand name and now she's probably never going to get a job in the rest of her life. I made a couple thousands on that, stitching her in the front of my ad because it was already viral and selling my products, right? So you make your millions as the puppet. I'll promote you. I'll use you in my videos, which helps you go viral. And I'll point at you and everyone will laugh. And then I'll make a couple thousand. I'll take the crumbs off your brand rep. That's how it works with the theme pages. So you have to make a decision. Do you want to be the guy that everyone laughs at? Or do you want to be the guy that brings everyone together to laugh at the entire market together? That's what theme pages are. So the idea, and you're also removing the risk, right? This is another big thing for me and a lot of the clients I speak to, right? The main thing is risk, right? When you're playing this big game, you're not thinking about money, right? Let me explain. When you're dealing with a certain level of people, these people don't care about money. Right? You're asking them for $2,500 a month. They don't care. It's not going to make a difference to them. They need value and they want to eliminate risk. So the $2,500, whatever, they'll give you the $2,500. But if you're risking their brand or you're risking their business, while you're taking the $2,500, they're not going to like it. It's the same with you. You're not posting videos on social media providing value to other people because you don't want to take on the brand risk. You don't want your friends from high school to see your videos. You don't want girls that used to like you or maybe you used to like in the past to see your videos. You don't want all your personal. You guys could probably see my nose hairs from here. I'm taking on all the brand risk when I'm sitting here on stream, right? In addition to that, you have followers, you have a social standing. Now you're coming on Twitch and you have 5 viewers, 8 viewers, or how many? 8 viewers, right? That's all the brand risk that I'm taking. Instead, when you run a theme page, like a clipping page for Oducanaman, or you run a theme page on Instagram, repurposing other people's content, when you run one of these pages, you're not taking on the brand risk. The content creators who you're viralizing are the ones that are taking on the brand risk, right? Your only brand risk is the theme page itself. And if it doesn't work, you just create another one so you can test in silence. So when I'm building an attention flow, I'm never building that attention flow on my main page. Now I'm getting a little bit more accustomed to the market and I've been in this space for a long time and I'm networking, so I'm needing to use my personal page much more. But when I'm building an attention flow, I'm always doing it on other pages. Let me explain to you a little bit more. For example, the rental cars, right? Or no, you know what? Let me use another example because the rental cars I've used in the past. Let's say I wanted to create a guidebook on how to quit smoking. I want to teach people how to quit smoking. Let's say I quit smoking and it did numbers on my life. It got me so many results. It made my life so much better. Now I have a wife and kids. I'm married with a family. I couldn't find anyone to be with before. I was basically a drug addict because of my smoking, right? So now I want to teach other people how to quit smoking because I want to help others. You have 2 options. You either start taking videos on your Instagram account. Hey guys, my name's Gianmarco. I quit smoking, and now I help other people quit smoking too. If you want to quit smoking, book a call with me. You can do that, and it's going to work. You're probably going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people interested in quitting smoking. Eventually, you're going to get someone booking a call to learn how to quit smoking, right? But you're taking on all the brand risk. Now, everyone who follows you on Instagram knows that you're someone who quit smoking and this is your thing. You just became that person. Now everyone you see that knows you on the street is going to look at you as the guy who teaches people how to quit smoking. And you never want to put yourself in one of these boxes either. Your other option is building a theme page. What I would do, not saying I've done this before, what I would do is I'd create a theme page reposting the craziest smoking videos you can possibly find. There's videos of people smoking 250 cigarettes at once. Craziest smoking videos you can ever find. You take those videos and you repost them on your theme page and you funnel all the traffic from those to your quitting smoking offer. No one even has any idea what your face is. You open the door to virality because you're posting a video of some Russian guy smoking 60 cigarettes at the same time. The way you funnel it to your initiative is by hard cutting mid-video. So you use the crazy smoking videos as the hook. Video starts, people are scrolling. Video starts, it's a Russian guy smoking 200 cigarettes at the same time while drinking vodka. You guys know you've seen those videos on Instagram before because that's all that's popping up on my feed right now. You take that video. First 5 seconds is that. Bang, hard cut, black screen. Beep. Hard, tough music. Black screen, on screen. This is stupidity. Don't fall for the trap. Quit smoking today. Changed my life. Link in bio. Dunno. The video is going to blow up. You're going to get 100,000 views on the video because it's already viral. It's a crazy video of a guy smoking. And then it hard cuts. People are already feeling a little bit subconsciously guilty for watching that, but they can't stop watching that. They already want to quit smoking. That's why they're watching the video. People who smoke aren't going to laugh at a guy smoking 200 cigarettes at once, right? People who don't smoke. So you're hitting people who smoke, and now they're all funneling to your offer. That's the difference between personal brand and theme pages. That was extremely valuable. In my head, I realize how valuable that is, and I wish I could just share it with everyone. But I need everyone in this stream who's minded, who's interested in doing it. And it's so difficult and it takes so long to get that sort of flow of people. I want a gymnasium full of people that are interested in that I can talk to at the same time. Because the idea of theme pages is so valuable and no one uses it properly. If you genuinely sat down for 6 months and applied theme pages and content repurposing to your brand, whatever you're trying to do, it would be so, so valuable, right? For certain people, though, that's the thing. In my last stream or 2 streams ago, there was a guy here and he ran jewelry stores, right? So that guy, for example, theme pages aren't going to do much for him. You know what? No, but they can. Because you got the heavy hitters in the jewelry space now, like Moses Jewelry, and they're creating content every day, right? So you make a Moses Jewelry clipping page. The only thing is, theme pages work very well with digital products. So theme pages work very well with digital products, but with physical products, they get really tricky. You have to really know what you're doing with physical products. If you're trying to sell jewelry, really expensive jewelry, to a theme page audience, it's not going to work. But if you're trying to sell a course on how to start your own jewelry selling business or jewelry store or jewelry brand, and a mentorship to mentor existing jewelers on how to grow their business, then a theme page audience is going to convert, right? So it's all about your offer and how you structure things and how you do it. So with theme pages, you really have 2 options. If money's tight, if bankroll's not up, you build the theme pages. Find content that's already viral, use your brain a little bit, come up with an idea for what you want to post every day, and start posting it. You can build the theme pages. So for example, my YouTube theme pages, my biggest theme pages on YouTube right now, are built by me. Let me show you. Get this off screen. Let's pull this up on YouTube right now. So I have 2 pages that are big on YouTube right now. And these are the biggest pages that I have for YouTube. Instagram, obviously, and TikTok, we have bigger. But on YouTube, these are the biggest pages I have. It's free promo for all these people. But YouTube Studio, this is posting car videos. So I started this page this year. Let's move this out of the way. I started this page this year. It has 111,000 subscribers. So if we go to analytics on the YouTube Studio here, you can see it got 4.6 million views in the last 28 days. But I haven't posted a video on this page in probably 5 months. Or no, I had someone else come in and post a couple. Right? So in 28 days, this theme page on YouTube got 4.6 million views. And I started it myself in 2025. Okay, obviously you need to be very creative with the way you monetize it because the content's repurposed. But there's ways. We get paid for this 4.6 million views, right? These are theme pages. Let me show you another one now. This is live. Live documentation. So like there's no script. This is on YouTube. Like I'll minimize so you can even see the search bar. See that? This is on YouTube. This is another account. It's called Depth Rescue. I post magnet fishing videos. We'll go to analytics. This account I really haven't posted on in a long time. What? Bruh. I didn't even know. I haven't posted on this page. I haven't posted on this page in months. Wait, hold up. Unless I forgot I put someone on this. When was the last? November 2nd. The last video I posted was on November 2nd. That's more than 38 days, right? Yeah, 30 days. Wait, how many days is this? The last video I posted was November 2nd. I forgot about this page. Tell me how I've done 10 million views in the last 28 days. I didn't even know. That's what I'm talking about. These theme pages are crazy. They're crazy. And what you do is you take this audience from this theme page and you funnel it to whatever you want. You funnel it to whatever you want. So Depth Rescue, for example, is magnet fishing videos. Extremely difficult to monetize. What am I supposed to sell to 10 million people that are watching magnet fishing videos, right? There's ways. Obviously on YouTube, can't confirm nor deny, but you do get paid for music that you own. So hypothetically, if your music that you owned was in the background of the videos that got 10 million views, hypothetically, you'd get paid for that. but you didn't hear it from me. Tell me how I got 500,000 views on one page in the last 48 hours and I didn't know. That's crazy. So like if we go in all-time channel history, right? And I started this page after posting car videos. This page was started in the second half of 2025. How do I see all-time advanced mode here? Yeah, look. So this one got 10 million views. Damn. In the last 28 days. Nice. Okay, I want to see all lifetime. How many views have we got all time? So you can see 2024. Oh, did I? I started this in 2024. I apologize. I'm the amount of time I was running this account, but nonetheless, you can see I started it looks like December 5 of 2024. So like 1 year ago, just today, we've done 40 million views. 40 million views. This is talking about when I say build the attention flow. That's an attention flow. Am I wrong, chat? That's an attention flow. 40 million views, one page. And then within the same clip, we're going to go ahead and switch the account. Ignore the 5,000 other accounts I have on YouTube. Same clip, we're going to switch the account, go into advanced mode on posting car vids. We're going to go all time. I'm scared. Chat, we did 175 million views. We did views between January 12, 2025 and December 8th, 2025. Now you see why I'm trying to teach people to build the attention flow? You can't even argue. Like, I've had people turn to me, yeah, who cares about views? You can't even argue. You can't even say who cares about views. No, who cares about views until 100,000 views? I get that's a small town. You're an influencer without the influence. That's what I'm saying. I have an attention flow of 175 million views, and it only took me under a year to build. Do you realize how many views the Super Bowl commercials get? I understand mine is spread over a year, and yours, the Super Bowl, spread over 5 minutes. But people pay millions of dollars to put their products in front of people. The reason the Super Bowl, let's go back to this screen because I want this on the screen for clips. 175 million views, okay? Let's do some math. And then chat, tell me if I'm tripping. Tell me if I'm tripping, okay? Tell me if your stand, it's over the course of 3 hours. There's people sitting there over hours, and they're much more targeted. The Super Bowl gets 127 million viewers. Gianmarco got 175 million viewers. The Super Bowl did it over a span of 3 hours. I did it over the span of 1 year. Same amount of viewers. Okay, now let me explain this a little bit more. If advertisers are willing to pay the Super Bowl millions of dollars to show their product to the 127 million people that are watching, what's to stop me from charging $50 for you to show your product to the 175 million people that are watching me? So when I have people come up to me and say, who cares about views? Or if you have people come up to you and say, why are you running a theme page? Who cares about views? They don't even know what you look like. You turn to them and say, you don't know who's cashing out on the Super Bowl ads. You don't know who made a commission on selling that Super Bowl ad for placement. All that matters is that I get 175 million views, and there's tons of businesses and there's tons of people that are interested in showing their products to 175 million people. And guess what? The beauty of YouTube is YouTube will find the businesses for you. There's already businesses paying for ads on YouTube. That's the craziest part. There's already businesses paying for ads on YouTube. So the business doesn't even have their ad get shown. It's YouTube that has a say. And when YouTube starts giving you 175 million views, they have people that are paying for ads and placement on your videos. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm confusing in the way I talk, but forget about everything else. Build the attention flow first. Once you have 175 million views and 100,000 subscribers, then your money will come to you. There are tons of people that will pay to show their product to your 175 million views and 100,000 followers. Build the attention flow first. Either build the theme pages or buy them. Whatever you do, start posting clips, start repurposing content. Okay? Even my streams, the clipping pages that you're going to build to clip my streams, those are theme pages. You're reposting my in the future. Like if I stop with the stream or I go in a different direction or whatever, you change the page and you repurpose it for someone else or something else, right? That's how theme pages work. Now, we've already gone for about an hour, and I do have a meeting at 1 that I need to drive to. And then I do have a bunch of clips that I want to clip from my previous streams and do a bunch of work. So I'm going to break a little bit more down. I think maybe we'll go for another 20 minutes, and then I'm going to come to an end. I do want to talk about all the byproducts of the attention flow, okay? Now, I put this in here because I was selling this as an infrastructure in the past. The shadow ban content tool. So this is in the Notion playbook that you get as well, if you care for it. And it's also in the Discord community. So there's this tool. You pay for it one time, okay? It's like maybe 275 euros or something. I paid for it. Everyone I work with who runs theme pages paid for it. If you're clipping, you pay for it too. This tool allows you to be shadow ban proof, okay? Meaning it allows you to tweak the content slightly to increase the likelihood, or decrease the likelihood rather, of you being banned on social media. Okay, so you really want to be warming up the accounts when you're starting theme pages. In addition to that, you want to be changing and tweaking the content, because if Instagram and social media catches on that you are just repurposing content, whether the original content creator likes it or not, the content will get shadow banned, and then you'll start getting the 0 views. Okay, so you want to start using a tool like the one I give in the Discord. I'm not going to say it publicly here because it's a little bit too valuable for me to shout out. But the people who do work with me, I give it to them. And this tool allows you to change the speed of the video, the frames per second, different little tweaks, captions, everything like that. And it does it at scale. So it allows you to put one in, and it makes 50, 60 videos from that one. Okay, and then it allows you to distribute that content onto your clipping pages, and then obviously monetize it and make money from that. Okay. In addition to that, when you have theme pages and you're running this attention flow, right? When you have the 105 million views on one YouTube channel, you develop 3 things. You develop clout, you develop a brand reputation, and you develop something called, at least that I like to call, the Odukana spider web. Okay, these are the 3 byproducts of theme pages that I've found in my own business. Okay, clout, meh, who cares realistically, right? At the end of the day, it's essential. Okay, especially if you're selling something, you want to have some sort of basis behind you. Okay, you want to have an aura, or like sort of thing that people can talk or think about after they're done speaking to or seeing your ads or your initiatives or whatever you're pushing. Okay, you want to have this aura. So like when you have this abundance of attention flow on your other pages and you begin to your own personal brand, and develop this level of like sort of clout. Like I have validity. Look, there's 175 million people that are paying attention to me, even if it's not what I'm choosing to post. And in addition to that, everyone whom I'm posting is now going viral. So I'm blowing people up, right? Now I have that basis behind me. So whenever I talk to people, I have that, right? In addition, you have the attention flow. You generate followers from it, right? On your personal brand, you see my Odukana man. Whenever I buy a theme page, I'm at least, even if I lose money on the page, I'm at least getting maybe 3, 4, 5,000 followers off that page. That's another thing that people don't understand. How do you have so many followers? Every time I buy a theme page, I buy it to flip. So I'm buying it to make money. Right? I'll drop $1,500 on a theme page because I know I'm going to sell a product on that page that's going to make $1,500 back. So my whole strategy is because like I'm a little hustler at heart and I flip, right? I'll buy a theme page for $1,500. I'll sell my digital product using SBO software, pretty much done, copy paste. Sell my product on the theme page, get the $1,000 I dropped on the page back, and then sell the page for $1,000 and sell the page for my profit. Okay. And like, that's extremely profitable, but there's always risk. I might not sell the page for a profit, or my product might sell, or all the followers, like they're not converting or whatever. Right. So one of the byproducts that I'm at least getting from that process, because I accounts like I've had in the past that didn't sell well, or it just didn't work. At least I'm getting clout from it. At least I'm funneling, like if I buy a page with 50,000 followers, I'm actively selling to that page, and I'm also actively integrating my Odukana man personal into the page. So I'm scraping that 3, 4, 5,000 followers. So worst case scenario, if I lose all the money I paid for the page, at least I got 3, 4, 5,000 followers from it, right? And when you're buying theme pages at the volume that I was buying them at, you're making profit on all of them. It's not difficult to develop an attention flow and funnel that attention flow to your personal brand, right? Now, I want to talk about brand rep, but I feel like I did sort of cover that with Klout. Okay. The one thing I didn't mention is the sheep herd mentality. Actually, these are all good points. These are all good points. So I'm gonna break this down right here. Okay. So building and buying theme, pretty simplistic concept. Like it's common sense. You either start a page and get yourself, or you buy one from someone else. In my previous stream, in my clips, you'll see it too on my pages and on my main Twitch page. You'll see how to buy the theme pages. Obviously, you can use FameSwap or Social Tradia, or you could just reach out to people on social media. I've bought so many theme pages just by DMing people. I mean, I have an advantage because I have 500,000 followers. I'm verified. So when I follow someone and DM them, they're going to see this. So like I've found most of my success just buying pages directly from people on social media. But on TikTok, I have no brand reputation or brand presence. And TikTok, there's not so much messaging either, and it still works really well. You can DM an account and say, hey, I'm going to pay you, right? There's a little bit of nuance. Like you got to figure out how to not get scammed, especially when you're reaching out to people that are outside of FameSwap or Tradia. But I want to talk about these points now. So Klout, right? Obviously, I covered unmatched leverage, but the idea that it's a cold outbound glitch is really, really essential. Okay. Now, your theme page itself isn't going to offer you much opportunity with regard to cold outbound. Okay. You should never cold outreach from a theme page. It looks bad and it's not personable. Okay. So cold outreach is be done from your personal page. However, when you use the theme page to develop the attention, right? Like you're using a theme page, you're developing that attention flow. So you're getting those followers, you're getting that brand reputation on your theme page. Now you structure your personal page as the overhead to the theme page. Like this is the figurehead, sorry, not overhead. Wrong terminology. So you structure your personal page as the figurehead of that theme. Like, hey, I'm Odukana I've been running this theme page. This is why I'm doing it. I want to share this with the world, blah, 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 blah. Post that out. And then you run that on your theme pages. Now the audience from your theme pages funnels your personal page. And now you have cold outbound glitch because you have the Klout. Right, so you have the followers in the page, and you have the theme pages, which is leverage. Now you can reach out to people and say, I'm running these theme pages. I can help you with this, and that. Okay. In addition, the sheep herd mentality. Okay. So obviously you can go ahead and buy followers. Like hundreds of ways to go about doing it. Like you don't have to. Like I get DMs all the time of buying followers. I'll give you followers and all this. You don't even have to go through people like that. Like you just search ChatGPT and ChatGPT will give you a bunch of websites that you buy followers from. And then if you trust them, you can do that. And then if you buy followers, you'll develop the sheep herd mentality. So you have all these followers and now other people that are coming in that might see your account, assuming that Instagram doesn't destroy it because you bought followers or TikTok, right? It'll enact that sheep herd mentality. Now, that's not going to pay you. If you're doing it properly, you do it with the theme pages and you funnel that attention to your personal brand, which serves the same purpose. People will see your personal brand with the following, they'll see it with the engagement, right? And they'll see that people are interacting with it, and then the sheep and herd mentality will kick in. So I ask this question all the time. Who would you trust? Is it the person who has 200 followers, who's not very public on social media, who has no idea how things are working? Or would you trust the person who has thousands of followers, who's running theme pages on social media, distributing content, knows exactly what goes viral and how to make it go viral? It looks like my camera's frozen again. So we're just going to unfreeze this real quick. And then I'm going to conclude the stream. So I will be right back. That's weird. I don't know why it freezes like that. But brand rep and Klout we covered. Now we got to talk about the Odukana Spiderweb. So the idea with the theme pages, let me move this over, is really the Odukana Spiderweb. So this is, when you're running pages, you're creating a spider web, essentially, of pages. So I got all these pages listed down here. These are, honestly, it was so much work to just screenshot these pages alone. So I've only included a couple, but we've gone through hundreds of theme pages. So results like this, for example, are extremely light for me. And these are all true results, mind you. These aren't fake. The content's not mine. It's content that's already viral. I don't know, maybe if I have some sort of insane skill set to be able to identify it, but these numbers are all real and they're all from different theme pages that I've gone through. So in 30 days, 9.8 million views, 90 days, 3.8 million views, 90 days, 39 million views. right? Like these are the numbers that these theme pages do. And you can see like I've couple pages exclusive to Odukana on purpose because I really want to show this strategy. Like a lot of pages I've obviously changed, but a lot of the pages I've kept Odukana and I stopped posting on them. Yeah. So but you can look through all these pages, and these are all these pages that I flipped, I grew myself, I bought, like that I've gone through, right? 87K followers, 776K followers, 46K followers, 34K followers, 536K followers, 182K followers, 605K, 749K, 19K. Like this is theme pages got easy on Instagram. We were just taken from Reddit, posting on Instagram. Like these were in like 2-3 days. You can see 9 posts, 23K followers. And when I tell you these were real followers, like we started Bikers Smashing Mirrors. You've probably seen these videos on social media. Bikers getting Bikers road raging. We just rinse and repeat what works, right? And in 31 posts to get 100K followers, like Honda Shadow 600, Ruby the 600, right? Like these are all the pages in the Odukana spiderweb. So when you control this much market share within one sort of niche, that's what I call the Odukana spiderweb. So now you have the ability to promote whatever you want. Okay, so now you're not operating as one single entity, but rather a spider web of entities that has the ability to mass distribute content, right? So when we're talking about deals and partnerships with brands, for example, Rollbit was a massive one, which is something that doesn't sort of align anymore, right? But Rollbit was a massive partnership for theme pages, and so was the OnlyFans creators, right? So when you're negotiating a deal with Rollbit on the basis of views and performance, right? So obviously they want you to get as many views and as many customers to their platform as possible, right? So if you have a personal brand, that's one audience that you're testing on. So you're negotiating on the basis of one audience. But when you run a network of theme pages, now you're negotiating on the basis of 100 audiences with hundreds of thousands of followers, right? And it's always much easier to get millions of followers spread across 25 pages than it is to get millions of followers on one page for one thing. Okay, because majority of us aren't Logan Paul, you know? So create this Odukana web. Now I can put myself in the same rooms and talk and make the same deals as people like Logan Paul without having the billion followers on one page, right? Rather, I have a billion followers spread across all my pages. And guess what? When you do a partnership with me, you're going to tap into all those pages as opposed to just one. That's what I like to call the Odukana spider web, right? So for example, what's something I can promote on stream right now? Rode, okay? This Rode beautiful microphone works extremely well for my camera. To be honest with you, I shouldn't be holding it in my hand right now. It should be attached to my camera and recording my voice. So the fact that this is in my hand is already a problem. But we'll use this microphone as an example. Let's say I contacted Rode and I said, hey Rode, I have a personal brand with 5,000 followers and I have a stream with 6 viewers. I have a stream with 6 viewers. Can I show your microphone to my stream for a fee? Rode's going to say, how much do you want? And I'm going to say, I want $7,000 to show your microphone to my 6 viewers. Rode's going to say, no, because you only have 6 viewers. If you had 1,000,000 viewers, we'd give you $7,000 to show our microphone to your 1,000,000 viewers, right? That's not going to work for me because I only have 6. But wait, the Rode, this stream is going to get clipped and reposted on Instagram on my spiderweb. So I have 87K followers, 700K followers, 46K followers, 34K followers, 500K followers. So across all my pages, I have 1.5 million followers. And we do insane views. We're going to get way more every video on each page than your 1 million target. So why don't you give me the $7,000? I'll talk about it on my stream for my 7 viewers, okay? And then we're going to cut it out and we're going to distribute it and we're going to post it 100 times in different ways across my theme pages. And then it's going to hit way more than 1.5 million viewers. Do you see what I'm talking about? So that spiderweb gives you leverage. So despite the fact that I only have 8 viewers in this stream, right, I have the ability to distribute the clip from the stream to millions of people across my pages, right? That's the Odukana spiderweb. And that's the reason I'm sitting here talking to 11 people right now. right? Because I don't care necessarily for getting as many views as possible in the stream. Obviously, it allows me to be interactive. It allows me to communicate with people. It allows me to talk to people in the chat live. It allows me to showcase my skills without this any like bullshit editing or changes. It allows me to be, myself for the camera and information that I know, right? But I don't care for getting thousands of people in here. I don't need to get paid by Twitch. I'm going to clip the things I say. I'm going to post it organically on social media. And the content's going to get seen by people because I have the Odukana spiderweb already built out. Okay? In addition to that, it turns evergreen audience matrix. Okay? So when I do a post with someone on my theme page and I get paid for it, the value proposition, the real value for that is that it stays up forever because I control the attention flow. Okay, so for example, if we go on to like JDM by Odukana or Honda, go to odukana.io actually. So on odukana.io, you can see that I did a partnership with Amsoil here. Okay, no, we already covered that on stream. Let's do another one. I did a partnership with Pranzatelli Law Firm, right? So I've obviously been doing work with them for a couple of years now. You see right in the middle there, the post right here. So that's posted on my odukana.io. So obviously we got paid for that post. It's a collaboration post, but the beauty of that is like, look how far down it, and it's still getting views and it's still posted. So that content serves as an evergreen piece of audience, meaning it's as a piece of content, meaning it stays up forever. Okay, it's evergreen. It stays up. So in a year and a half, who knows, it might blow up, right? And then if it blows up, now you're famous because of that piece of content that you recorded a year ago. Okay, so let's break down this one of building the attention flow, and then I'm going to end stream because I do have to get going. And tomorrow we'll start breaking down the monetization infrastructure on stream tomorrow. But the idea is theme pages. It all starts with theme pages to build the attention flow. Unless you have massive amounts of bankroll you can spend on ads, or you have massive amounts of time that you can spend on creating content, I want you to build theme pages, make other people viral, do things for other people, blow other people up. When you make them go viral, who knows? Maybe they're going to find you and hire you in the future to do that again for them or someone else. Okay, so start with theme pages. I broke down the theme pages over the last hour, and I'm going to continue breaking them down. Start with those. Okay, then once you have the pages, you'll get the clout, you'll get the brand rep, you'll develop something called the Odukana spiderweb, you'll have the evergreen content, you can funnel that entire audience to your personal brand. So you get the followers, you get even more clout, you get even more brand rep that you can leverage in the future, and then you also monetize through the monetization infrastructure that I'm going to break down on stream tomorrow, and then obviously the sales and fulfillment infrastructure as well. Okay? Which I'll break down later on this week. I think this is going to take me about a week, an hour and a half every day to fully cover everything and break down, in addition to any other questions that you guys might have as well. Okay? But yes, that's the initial, which is building the attention flow. Always build the attention flow first because then you can monetize it in the future. Okay? So if you have 100,000, just DM me, Odukana Man on Instagram. DM Odukana Man on Instagram, say I have 100,000 followers and I'll be able to explain to you without charging you for completely free, explain to you exactly how you can make money from that. So build the attention flow first, and then we'll worry about how to monetize tomorrow. Okay. Now, I'm not sure if any other questions that I wanted to cover on stream, but I don't think so. So I'm gonna get to it now. I think we got lots of clips. I'm pretty much overwhelmed with clips. I can even show right now. Let me take this over here. I'm going to show you guys how many clips I have already. I mean, you can look on page and you can see that I have maybe 100 clips already. I'll show you the folder. And I'm sharing this with you guys too, eh? Look at this. I can just bring it on screen. Ignore the personal trainer automation. That sort of ran away. But this is something else you get with the business in a box, eh? This automation. Charge $750 a month for it. You just copy and paste it. That's besides the point. These are all the clips I have so far. Look how many clips. So this is from 2 streams. I still have my another 2, and then I have today's stream, which is another hour and a half. And I'm gonna have all this week too. Like we're gonna have an insane of clips to distribute on social media. And I feel like I'm hitting key points when I'm talking. It's only a matter of time for us to really break this down and monetize this fully. Okay, it's only a matter of time before we're gonna, really take this off. Hope I covered some value today with this infrastructure, or sort of this framework rather. My mind's in infrastructure mode because of my business in a box. But I know this framework's valuable because it's what I use in my real life. It's how I run my marketing agency and my theme pages and my infrastructure. And I know that my SBO software is essential for making this more dollars and followers framework happen. But there's so many ways you can look at it. I just think that if everyone applies this to their own brand and their own life, I don't think anyone would ever have a problem with making money online, truly and genuinely. So yeah, that's day one of the dollars and followers framework. I'm going to keep breaking it down throughout this week. So make sure you guys join me again tomorrow, probably around the same time in the mornings, around 9:30, even 10 o'clock. I think that's a pretty good time to be streaming. Uh, I know it might not be ideal because people are at school or work or they're doing their own thing, but at least while I'm in the testing stage of the streaming process, that's when I'm going to be streaming. I think I might incorporate another stream later on in the day at night, but I haven't figured out what I want to be doing the whole time. I do like video games, or I used to love them a lot. Now I don't so much, and I also don't want to be spending too much time playing video games either. Otherwise, I would stream Xbox with Critical Chip there, and we'd play. But I don't want to spend too much time doing that. I do love to watch videos on YouTube and stuff. I think it would be really cool if we can watch YouTube at the same time, learn together. I can sort of pause and talk, pause and talk. I can do that at nights and then business during the day, talk about that during the day. And then we stream twice a day. That would be amazing. That would be so amazing. I think I'd develop a nice audience through that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what I'm doing with that. But anyways, all right, guys. For whoever's in this stream still, listening to me ramble on, thank you guys, obviously. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Any changes that I need to make on the stream or anything, just let me know as well. I'm always open for interpretation. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk soon. Peace out.